Hello. So if you're a pet business owner and you're wanting to grow your business but you just have no idea where to start right now, then this video is for you. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through the first kind of task that I do with my coaching clients when they first come to me, who are actually have the same kind of problem as you are right now, so that you actually start having direction and focus on how they're actually going to achieve that and grow their business. At the end of this session, once I've talked you through everything, I am actually going to give you access to the worksheets that I work through with them as well, so that you're able to actually go away and do this yourself, to be able to actually implement this kind of first step in being able to have, well, basically know where to start when it comes to growing your business. So for those of you who don't know me already, I'm Emma. So I'm the go-to coach for pet business owners. I don't do kind of any fluff or scare tactics. I just really focus on kind of straight up honest strategies that pet business owners can kind of take away and put straight into their business to help them actually start growing. So the problem that I see a lot, particularly with the coaching clients who I get coming to me when they first ask for my help, is they just have no idea where to start. And it's become paralyzing for them. They feel very stuck in what they're actually supposed to do to get the wheel turning for them in actually growing their business. And what they're normally doing instead is they are spinning far too many plates, which basically is the one-way ticket to becoming overwhelmed very quickly. And once you're overwhelmed, it can often end up in this paralysis stage where you retreat back to your comfort zone and end up doing nothing, or you just stay completely kind of in your comfort zone where you feel more comfortable, which is never the place where growth happens. So that's kind of a problem that I see quite a lot. And today, I just basically wanted to talk through with you and break down that kind of first step to get you out of that place of feeling stuck and know how to actually start growing your business. So I'm going to break it down into 3 easy steps for you. And I'm just going to explain it on my whiteboard here so that you actually have a visual to help you understand it a little bit more, because it's much better than me just kind of talking to the screen. One, it'll actually help you remember it. And two, I learn in pictures and I love doodling. So it's a bit of my own selfish need because I love doing it this way. So if you imagine that this that I'm drawing now are 2 cliff faces. So we've got one on each side here. Now this one here is where you are now. And I'm going to draw you here. And I'm actually going to put a bit of a sad face on him, because if you're anything like a lot of my coaching clients who I help, they often come to me in quite a frustrated, stuck, stressed, overwhelmed and confused position where they just don't know where to start. And that's not a nice place for them to be in. So if you're anything like them, that's why I've put a little sad face on there. Now, the first step is actually being able to take the time to define what now looks like for you. So you actually have taken the time to think about that in depth, because that'll help you move on to step 2. Now, step 2 is over here on the other side, which is where your goal is. And this is where you want to get to. Now, over here, I'll draw you here. This is where you're going to be happy, because this is where you fulfilled that day one dream when you first started and you set up your business of what you thought this was going to look like. And this is kind of what your ideal life is going to look like. And what we need to be able to do with this step, so step number 2, is actually be able to define, like, what does this look like? Because once we've been able to define what that looks like, we then need to put a cost onto it to be able to actually get a monetary figure, to know how much cash your business needs to kind of splash out for you in order for you to actually achieve your goal. And that's how we're able to actually then break it down into a growth plan basically for you. Then step 3 is this gap here. So this is what I call the gap. And this is basically letting us identify what that gap is from over here at step 1 to over here at step 2. That's actually stopping you from getting there. And that gap then can become your action plan of growth. to basically form a bridge from here to here that you can use to get to the other side and reach your goal. And it's also what's going to help you be able to, with all of these three things, be able to actually, if you've got your full goal, you're actually then able to break that down into smaller actionable steps that are actually, one, achievable, and two, consistent, so that you actually are consistently growing your business, and you're able to do that in a non-overwhelming, confusing way that you can actually keep up with. Because at the end of the day, we still have to be doing the day-to-day stuff. We have to serve our clients, we have to answer inquiries, we have to do all of the admin stuff. Like, that is just part of running a pet business. But we need to also be able to break down the stuff that we're able to slot into that is actually going to be the stuff that grows our business, from this action plan that's created from doing this first step that I do with all my coaching clients, and that you can now go and do yourself. So if you want access to the worksheets that I actually do with my coaching clients on their first session, drop me a DM in the comments. I'll send them over to you so you can actually start getting to grips with this on your own business and for yourself. And hopefully I'll be able to chat to you a little bit more in the DMs to help you some more. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye.